not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Hey, they not like us. Hey.
Yo, it's the Trent Reliant told my tag team partner CT aka Chief Bang.
What's good?
And we about to get into the week that was. Don't pass the aux.
Stay tuned.
Yo. It's a special occasion here. It's graduation day. You feel me? And with that being said, my brother came down to come celebrate with your boy for graduation. But listen, that was only like, what they call it, a tip of the iceberg. I don't even know if that's a tip.
What a week, man.
Bro.
Like, yo, a lot of stuff been going on. He won a Super Bowl in Madden. He graduated Madden U as well.
Yo.
He got the graduation.
Y'all know how many times I came on this podcast and tell you about Madden now. I won the ball.
Gotta shout out my boy.
Matt, hold on. MVP, right? MVP, Super Bowl MVP, and Super Bowl winner.
Tell him who was your quarterback.
Archie, Arch Manning, and Marv Harrison Jr. are doing damage.
Yeah, we've been playing some Madden, you know. I'm a Madden god, but he learned now from the learning, and he got me.
The devil is a lie. 6 God pick the ass nigga here.
Oh shit! But yeah, man, it's been a week. Man. Congratulations to my brother.
I'm sorry. Yo, y'all don't come here for that, but y'all about to come here for that. I'm about to get on my Joe Button today, bro. No. You ain't running from this, buddy. No, you ain't running from this, buddy. Oh my gosh. Listen, man. If y'all are like us within the culture, wrestling wasn't the only thing that was on your mind, right? The week that was crazy in the world of professional music, right? Like, it's crazy right now. Shout out to your boy Kendrick with the Everything is Wrestling reference. Sweet chin music, and I won't pass the aux.
All niggas and bronies. Everything is wrestling. I'm wearing the tee right now.
Oh, bro.
You know, copping on EIWshop.com. Yo, check this out.
Sitting in the room with Beyonce, she said.
Yo, it's been crazy. It's hard to not talk about it because it's just been a freaking bomb. If you love hip hop, if you love wrestling, and you know, we always say everything is wrestling. References are right there for us. We can't help it. It's just like it's a way up. But we'll get into the week that was professional wrestling. But we'll talk Kendrick. Thank you, bro.
I mean, thank you, bro. Yo. First off, Backlash was yesterday, right? So, like, to tie everything together, let's make everything succinct. Backlash is yesterday at 1:00. Before then, that morning of, we talking about Meet the Grams. But before then, we talk about Family Matters. But before then, we talk about SmackDown. Bro, our life just been up, nigga. Like, did you see Naomi looking like the Queen of France or whatever they call that thing over there? Because she looked like she was representing you know what I'm saying? And she looked like she should be a statue out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we in the group chat talking about, yo, mind you, SmackDown ran early. So SmackDown was being talked about all day in conjunction with 616.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like Shannon. Ocho. I don't know what to do, bro. My mind all over the place because he's trying to watch Backlash. My man landed yesterday. He didn't catch Backlash. So as we drive into the crib, I'm like, yo, do you want spoilers? Whoop-de-whoop. I'm like, everything kind of pretty much how we thought it would be, right? Nothing kind of was off kilter, but you do have to see the matches. And he was like, cool, no sweat. We get back to the crib, everything like that. We in the garage smoking, put the joint on the TV. We get the pink, not even from the regular group chat. We get it from his nephew. We don't even get it from the group chat of me, Chi, Ray, and Rich, the four horsemen. Yeah. We've been talking about this beef and everything like that. It didn't even come from him. It came from the youngins. Drake.
The youngins, they ain't on your side anymore, bro. It's happening. It's happening, bro.
The switch, right? So we hit play. We hit play while we trying to watch the match. We had to stop it, bro.
Stop everything.
We watched Academic Stream live. We had to. Like something I ain't never did. You ain't never act like that before. You right. I ain't never act like that before. I never did that before.
Never act like that.
Bro, I pulled up on DJ Academics live, bro. He couldn't even deny it. It can't be denied.
I think it's over, brother. I think it's over, man. I hit you on the group chat earlier in the week. I was like, after Matters dropped, for the brief 30 minutes we had with it, where there was no other track, I said to you, I was like, yeah, this is good. I can see people saying Drake winning this shit. On top of that, I was like, but Kendrick gotta respond. And I was like, Kendrick gotta respond. And I'm like, if he responds with a smash banger, this shit is over. And because that's the only thing he hasn't done yet. He hasn't hit him with what he does best. And if Not Like Us goes number one, to me, it's a wrap. Which it seems like already is, you know. But then Meet the Grams came really back to back. And right after, we only sat with them for like 50 minutes before we had Meet the Grams, and god damn, that was a slaughter.
It was a slaughter, bro.
It was a slaughter. And then Not Like Us is just a circle on the block just to make sure you're dead. So at this point, I don't know how Drake responds to this.
And so when we were trying to make in correlation of like how do we kind of tie wrestling into this? How can we? And you was like, Drake made a mistake where I come directly at Kendrick.
That's what I want him to do. Don't be dissing other people. Don't be dissing anybody else. They're irrelevant. You can double back on them in the future time. You know, leave them for your album, whatever you're dropping next year or whatever you're doing. And trust me, don't forget about it. Because Rick Ross, I don't care. I really don't care about that shit. I care about the future. There's one dude that you gotta cut the head off the snake. You go after the top dog. Unintended.
So I made it to like where in wrestling, you book it where the guy do gotta fight off everybody before he get to Roman. And even Roman's gonna get his cheap like think of it as the bloodline. A nigga going, I'm gonna get at Jay. I'm gonna get at Jimmy. I'm gonna kick Solo off. I'm gonna get a shot at Roman. I'm gonna get him down. They gonna come grab me. I'm gonna fight him off. And then Roman go, yeah, spear. And then he talks shit in the camera. This is exactly that. This is Kendrick allowing his guys to eat the super kick, eat the punches. And when he turn around, Superman punch. And when he get his bitch ass up, spear. And then I'm gonna hold both titles in his face and say, this shit is mine forever. This shit is all me. And I'm gonna take me a fucking hiatus. Yeah, man. And right now, Kendrick is the big dog. Kendrick's Roman. Everybody's saying, thank you, Kendrick. Right?
Yep.
Is it not that? Is it not the fact that the West getting behind him, right? The heel of it all. Even academic, bro, which I'm not understanding. This is the wrestling term, bro. Roman was the heel. Kendrick Lamar to the fans of Drake was you can't motherfucking not. Nigga, Academic played that shit 7 times without stopping. He ain't talk. He gave that nigga strings without even interrupting the song.
Yo, man.
He turned the crowd.
There's no denying Kendrick is hella over, and there's no and it's Turner.
He's roaming over right now, bro.
He's roaming over.
He's roaming over, bro.
I think he's taking the. I think he's had the crown, in my opinion, for a while. But that's just me. For the youngins, it might have been Drake. That's the guy who's the soundtrack to your life, to you growing up. Even when I was in high school, I played Drake. So he hit targets that, adolescent stage consistently. So you grow with this guy over time, and you just remember your moments with this guy. But as for a mature man who's a grown ass man who has real life shit going on, Kendrick has always been my guy in how he raps from young to old. And I liken him to like a Nas, who's my favorite rapper of all time. And I think there's no denying that, he says more real, down to earth, deep things. I like rap where you gotta figure out a little bit what's going on. And I feel right now what people said he couldn't do, he's showing you, oh yeah, I can do that too.
Yeah.
And that was to make a smash club banger if he truly wants to. Don't get me wrong, people were playing Humble in the club and everything, but this one, oh shit, people gonna grip up, bro. You gonna step to this?
No lie, bro. I mean, bitch, be humble. Sit down. Hold up. Sit down. That hurt Big Sean ego to where we ain't see that nigga for years.
He's like, listen, I'm just gonna fall in love, get the fuck out of here.
Listen,
out the way.
Listen. And I don't know if that can be Drake's.
He sat down and got humble.
I don't know. Man, listen, if that motherfucker Drake come out with a therapy session, hold on. That might be the only way he can respond.
What?
In a therapy session, like a therapy session of just like, I am a bum. I do live with my fucking mom. Right? Like just straight up, just be like, yo, whatever I can say that is true, that won't necessarily, because we're in the situation where we're here. Niggas can survive being weird. You can't survive being nasty. Kendrick is saying that you weird and nasty. So the first thing you gotta say is, I'm weird, but I ain't nasty. And then maybe we can hear anything else after that.
Wow.
I'm not gonna hold. I will listen to him say, I'm weird, but he called you a nasty ass nigga, and it's the connotation in our community.
Yeah.
When you call somebody a nasty ass nigga.
Yeah.
If you a nasty ass nigga,
you're creeping on people. You're trying to take advantage.
Your house is nasty. We don't eat at your house like that. When you a nasty ass nigga, it's all encompassing that you a nasty nigga, right? So I think that
not only him, his whole people that he messed with, his crew was nasty.
Ooh.
So it's like birds of a feather,
Yeah, a bunch of nasty niggas.
A whole flock of bitches.
So I think that is in wrestling, right? There haven't really been a lot of nasty, and when you a nasty nigga, you a nasty nigga. Marty Scurll, you ended up being on the other side. You could have just been weird, but niggas called you nasty. And we ain't heard from that niggas. I ain't seen an umbrella or a penguin nose in about 6 years, brother. Right?
What is with the owls, the birds, and these pedophiles?
If you was in a pine box, bro, I don't never want to hear nothing about Bohemian again, bro. Let the Lord save me right now, because I think that's where all that shit come from, man. All that, you know what I'm saying? All that undisclosed, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really keep the birds down. You know what? Thank you. I don't fuck with no birds. We don't fuck with no birds. No owls, no eagles, no nothing. All that shit seem now crows, all that duck. Don't even fly no doves at a nigga funeral. Let some balloons off or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? So let's get to what y'all came here for, man. It's Reasonable Wrestling. We did a quick 15 minutes on They Not Like Us. And Drake got Serena's husband retweeting it. He got Mustard on the Beat. Ho, Alchemist produced fucking. Oh my god, Alchemist! You got Alchemist, cuz you got Alchemist playing the drums on your ass, bro. Drake, I don't know. I don't know
about walking him down, and he's walking him down, like legit walking him down. It's a. He warned him, yo. He warned him, man. You know, listen, we can't help this kid anymore.
Yeah, I think that's
the boy.
That we can't have the boy again. Because please, the man gotta show up. He is coming at the man. Yeah. Right? And you put in Family Matters, you mentioned my scene, I think of that. Nah. Fuck your kid too. Get that nigga out the way. Get the children, if it's true, get them out the way. You gotta stand as the man. You got to. Thanos do Gamora off the thing. Fuck them kids. You feel me? You Thanos, right? You Thanos? Throw the bitch off the roof. You know what I'm saying? But Thanos to have his true power and to show niggas he was for real, where's the soul gem?
That's the thing.
You need to find the soul gem, bro.
The soul gem.
Where's the soul gem, bro?
Everything's a joke to him. Everything's a tweet.
And
it's not working anymore.
We need the soul. We need the sacrifice. Yeah, Baka nasty. My bad. But I ain't nasty. Okay. Well, all right. Adonis ain't never been around Baka.
The bottom line is Drake ain't coming out this unscathed.
Hey, bro. That's true.
I mean, at this point, if you gotta lose something, lose Baka.
You gotta lose, yeah. You gotta, yeah.
You know,
we said Thanos, yeah.
You gotta sacrifice somebody.
40 gotta go. How much, man?
But
how much time you got?
If Thor comes with that hammer, or if he comes with that axe, again, what you do?
Stormbreaker.
Listen, don't fuck with Kendrick, man. He might drop another 5 tracks. I don't know what's going on with that. You know?
Oh, okay. All right, man. Jeez. Yeah. Oh, man. So let's go into Backlash. That's the most recent thing that we had. It happened yesterday, May 4th. Happened in France. It was a wonderful, wonderful environment. It was truly amazing.
Oh my god.
Okay, but so it was a really great show. You know what I mean? That's why I like doing shit in person. I can't do this on the, you know what I mean? I could have put it in the side chat, but it just hit different. It was crazy. The atmosphere was crazy. Let's talk about the first match on the card.
Yeah, let's get into it. We have Bloodline, Tama Tonga, and Solo Sikoa versus Randy Orton and KO. Listen, Randy Orton and KO got massive pops. They let them sink in their entrance, to let them get their time out there with the crowd singing their music. As you know, KO speaks that French very fluently, so he got his moment. And then you get Randy Orton coming out, and he's soaking up the energy. They're singing his music. France, bro. These international crowds are no joke. France, yo, y'all came. I gotta respect it. Y'all came, and and you guys showed your appreciation, and for them being there. And a lot of people were like saying kind of like, they're getting themselves over and all that stuff. I appreciate that they were lit the entire time, both SmackDown and Backlash, from start to finish. It shows that they genuinely appreciate the art form, and that this is not like, just take it for granted, not just coming there. And another thing I analyzed last night when we were watching the Cody Rhodes and by the end of the show, Cody Rhodes and AJ, is that the crowd is similar to a soccer environment when you go to Europe, and that space. And whereas Canada, they're into the Canadian wrestlers. It might be Bizarro Land. They might cheer for somebody who's a heel and boo somebody who's a babyface. Japanese, they're a little bit more quiet and reserved. They want that stiff shot to get the pop. You need to really show that you're putting in that work in the ring, and then you'll get like a golf clap almost, like, oh, okay, we're getting busy. But this energy, I think, is a different environment to work in. Period. I think that it makes it. I think it makes it easier for the wrestlers. Don't get me wrong, but it can also make it hard if they don't got the attention of the fans. If they're just singing the entire time, I think that. But if you can capture that and get the fans into the maneuvers and get over that way, which we'll get into that in Cody and AJ. I think they did it masterfully. But for this match, it started off the rip, brawling, and that's what I wanted. When I did my SmackDown recap, I talked about this angle going on with the bloodline. I'm like, what are we gonna do to show that this bloodline is significantly different from the last iteration of the bloodline? You guys already shown the blood with KO. He crashed his car with Tama. Tama had a great debut. I think that honestly he fits right in. You mentioned that he worked with Randy very well in the ring. I agree.
Tama seamlessly fits in the WWE style, seamlessly, and Randy was the perfect welcoming committee.
But yeah, I also mentioned on my SmackDown recap that this got to be a no disqualification. Like wow, it can't be a regular tag team match if you guys have gone with this whole we can't control these guys. He's willing to crash KO's car and take him out. They're willing to jump KO week in and week out to send a message. You can't have these niggas tagging in and tagging during the match. It just doesn't, for me, fit with the energy that you're trying to portray. And sure enough, they're brawling. They didn't even try to set up a tag match at all. Nick Aldis comes out and he says, "Hey, no, you guys want to do this? Fine." He says something in French, pretty much says, "Fine, go ahead for it. Do what you want," And they are going. He makes it a no disqualification match, and from that point, I'm like, "There you go," and it was all from there. It was a really, really, really good match. Obviously, weapons were used, chairs. KO always putting his body on line. That toss into actually. Tama Tonga took the most beat down to me.
Again, it was initiation. It felt like the initiation.
Yeah.
Since we're making a lot of Kendrick puns right now.
He got jumped into WWE.
For sure.
But he took some Kendrick, some chair shots to the back. He got drilled with a package, brainbuster off the top through like 4 chairs. But yeah, it was lit. I honestly went through a table, and then Randy went through a table with a small drop. But the big reveal was Tonga Loa showing up, Tama Tonga's brother, and
Tualoa
showing up and interfering to cost the victory for the bloodline and helping them secure the victory. He pulled the referee up the ring, and he's been there to be before, but now he's obviously in a better position to succeed. I think with the bloodline, he's not somebody backup. He is, but he's in a better position with one of the top, squads in the WWE with his brother Tama, who I think brings a different energy that they both can do. And I said, Rules of Destiny, God should have been in WWE since. I've been saying this since like 2018, since 2019, since we started the podcast. I'm like, I really like this tag team. When NJPW was like in that little pocket, 2018, 2019 era where everybody watched NJPW, Okada, Kenny Omega was like on fire at the time. I also tuned in and I saw the tag division out there, and I peeped the Carl Andersons and Luke Gallows, and I peeped God, and I peeped what the Young Bucks were doing as well during that time. And God always stood out like a team that could fit right in WWE. So I didn't know Tonga Loa was going to be signed. I'm thinking Jacob Fatu might show up. But Tonga Loa fits in, and we get now Solo as kind of like the head leader of this new kind of like bloodline, or like
it's the new bloodline.
It's like the black and red NWO, the Wolfpack kind of version. I'm not sure what they're gonna call it if they make a distinction, but that's what it kind of feels like, and I'm all here for it.
I would say this: God, Jacob, Solo. Them badass niggas that you really don't fuck with, for real. Like, you don't fuck with them, right? Them niggas that been to juvie, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas that been to alternative schools, you know what I'm saying? Them the niggas that really are smart, which is the scary part. They just don't apply themselves, but only to dumb shit. And I feel like the war path that them niggas about to be on of just pure dumb shit is going to make for a compelling television.
It's gonna be amazing.
Because who's going to reel them wild Samoan Tongan niggas in? Honestly,
Nobody.
bro, we talking about the two sons of Haku, bro. Like we talking shoot shit. Like I know wrestling terms are, we talking just real life stuff. No wrestling, no acting, no nothing. They say that nigga the baddest nigga in the land. They say he the nigga you don't want to get in a shootout in the OK Corral with, bro. When it come to throwing hands, getting crazy, you think you finna out. They say he gouged a nigga eyes out with his thumb. You think he raising some little meows? Raising dogs. Got some dogs. Some vicious feed them gunpowder dogs. The shit that got Mike Vick locked up dogs. Okay? Haku should be locked up for the type of dogs they breeding over there with Tama and Tunga. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see them niggas run roughshod. I can't wait to think that somebody feels like they got them three figured out, and then out comes Jacob.
And yeah,
the wildest of them all.
And ironically, might be the most well-rounded one of them all, including Solo. Like
the most world champion ready of them all.
Yeah, he's something else. That guy's incredible with it, you know, and on the microphone. Like I've seen his work at MLW. Dude's fantastic. So I've been wanting him to also be signed a long time ago, but you know, everybody take their time. I think now is a perfect time for these guys, and things always line up, you know. So timing is everything. But you get Jacob, you get Solo leading this crew, who I think Solo's been doing a fantastic job in Roman's absence as making his character more threatening. We all seen it in him, but like you said, you were waiting for that Roman and Solo match. I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah.
But now I'm seeing it. Like, oh, he is kind of ready because he was so new. You know, he's just like his second or third year. Like, let's be real, he's still kind of new. But he's doing so incredible. He's doing incredible. Is there another this track? What the fuck is going on?
I had to make sure. What? False alarm. We're good.
But
oh man,
no, the shit is crazy right now. I think GW adds great dynamic to the tag division too, which was we were talking about, like, SmackDown tag division and everything with them breaking up a heel tag team in Imperium. All right, boom, we bring him back, bringing this crew. It's just a great signing, man. I didn't know Tungalow was coming. I didn't really think about it like that. I should have peeked it when Haku was at the freaking Hall of Fame. I should have all these guys are being signed, but I didn't really peep it at that. So now I'm actually impressed with where they're going with that. So there's so many places you go. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I enjoy the match, enjoy how they set up things for the future, and that's what I want from WWE. Let's just go freestyle it. Listen, the draft to me, if you guys watched my takes on the draft this past week, I felt like it was a waste of time. Not that it's going to be a bad show moving forward. Like I was unimpressed with the draft last year. Same way I felt this year, but at the same time, I was very the shows were fine after the draft. I can't say they did anything wrong, but I say the actual shows of the draft waste of time. Like they were but what is set up for the future and what they actually put on television didn't box them in the way I thought last year. And this year, I don't expect it to be boxed in, especially with the champions change with the champions who they are, Cody on SmackDown, and what they got available for them with the call-ups. But I was talking to my boy in the car yesterday. I'm like, yo, when it comes to this draft with WWE, they gotta change it. Or if they're not gonna be, because it's a waste of time when you tune in to Raw or SmackDown and they're drafting the Bloodline to SmackDown and they're drafting Judgment Day to Raw and you're getting Becky on Raw already staying there and you're getting Bayley on SmackDown again. It's like, nigga, we've seen this for the past 2 years, really. It hasn't changed. So why is this like this hype for us to say, hey, the same guys on the same roster? So I was saying, and I'm going to give some credit where credit is due. I was listening to Wise Choices with Eric Bischoff, and one of the comments said, what if there was like an NXT combine and the draft was about, NXT and the draft are about showing the talent, show what they got in the ring, and then the general managers can choose who they call up, and that will be what the draft is now, pretty much a free agent period. And I added to that, what if once WrestleMania is over, there is no more brands? Anybody can be on any show until the next Backlash. Once Backlash is over, we'll have our set shows. And so that free agency period, anything can happen, on any brand. We got 2 champions, we get it. We got 2 champions on SmackDown. We got 2 tag champions. Have your matches wherever you want to have them. It frees up the creativity a little bit. And we can also test things out with NXT and say, all right, who do we want to see on the main roster? And in that free agency period, we can see certain feuds start up that can set the stage for the draft, which will end up setting things up for the future, which makes it more entertaining than saying, hey, this guy's staying here. Even though it's still going to be the same, it's like, all right, during this free agency period, if you saw LA Knight suddenly have a feud with Gunther in that free agency period because they bumped Ted backstage or something, that can be like, okay, where is this going to go after the draft? Because they're 2 guys from different rosters, and then they'll not set up something for Backlash, and they might get drafted to separate brands still, but you at least got that feud. Or they might be drafted to the same brand and it continue. And that's what I was considering.
So essentially what you're saying is give the ability of about but Mania was what, April 4th? Today's May. So we're saying give it a month?
A month of free agency, because you're pretty much resetting everything. You're telling the fans, hey, whenever WrestleMania, we're resetting things for a month. There's a free agency period. There's negotiations happening. All this might go over to Becky and say, listen, I'm thinking about bringing you to SmackDown. Even if she stays on Raw, it's cool. Or, might have Adam Pearce in a segment with Cody Rhodes.
No, you know what? I'm sorry, because if all this comes as Raw, as like she wins the Raw Championship at WrestleMania. And in the free agency period, all is like, yo, I can get you on board, I can get you on board, be on broadcast network, and I can get you a little bump.
Yeah.
And Pierce got to be like,
yeah. It adds tension. Yeah. Just for those shows.
Because if he lose that champion, you know what I mean? Like,
and then let's say Pierce is like, all right, my first draft pick is Becky Lynch. And just to make
sure, I like that. I like that.
Even though it makes the storytelling all the actual shows.
I like that.
Just set things up and like.
Because now it makes the draft. That's legitimate. That legitimately happens in a draft.
Yeah, draft. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gia's be like, what you looking at?
Man? So trade up so I can make sure I get this player.
I'm thinking about trading the number 1 pick. Nigga, no, you not. Caleb right there, dude. Like, I can get a haul for this number 1 pick. I can keep Justin Fields with you. Nigga, we know you drafted. If we know number 1, like you say, Pierce got to get Becky Lynch, that means all this can be like, all right, Cody, come on. You know what I mean? That shit can be like that. Like, I like that because if all this picks Becky Lynch, Pierce got to then get Cody Rhodes. You know what I'm saying?
Add a little bit of
I like
conversation.
That.
I'm like, oh, what's going on? So I think that's what they got to change. I think next year they got to change the draft. Because both shows they're kind of duds, to my opinion, on the draft tip. Like, but and then on setting up for Backlash, it wasn't really like a big build, to these matches. It was more like, hey, we're in France and we're doing these matches, So that's what it.
Well, I would fight back on you because one of the matches that did have a feud and that I appreciated, the match that was probably second best match of the night, was Damian Priest and Jey Uso. And they set that up pretty well, pretty quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like how they had immediately after Mania, they had the draft, I think it was, or whichever it was, they had the fatal four-way. Well, I can't remember the order of it. But they had the fatal four-way. Jey is now a legitimate main event number 1 contender, Jey Uso. And then they have I'm not gonna lie, I was in an emotional state, me, emotional state, when Damian and Jey had talked about, like, yo, remember that moment we talked about? We was lit, and you told me that's a real moment. That's a real moment. Like, yo, it's our time, bro. And for them, because they put the work in, they're trusted, they're confident in themselves. When Damian was like, I didn't work this fucking hard to lose to you, but I know that you are my man, so you gotta. And like, I like that feud, and that led to a really great personal match. That was hard hitting. It was respectful.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Which is funny because they went with that for both. Cody and AJ was like a respectful build.
For sure.
So was Damian Priest and Jey Uso. Damian Priest, his whole thing was, I don't need no guy's help to beat this guy. I don't need help.
Not even disrespecting Jada, but just saying,
no,
like,
not disrespecting, but
right?
yo,
Just
the biggest thing for me from the feud was Damian Priest standing against his own guy, saying, I don't need your help. I can do this without you guys. As a champion now, Damian Priest has been in doubt. Oh, when is he gonna cash in and all this stuff? He feels it. He feels it like, yo, I'm trying to prove something on my own. And I don't need the help from the Judgment Day. Unlike Roman, when he needed the help from Bloodline every single match, he's trying to do it on his own. But that in a long way, I feel like Damian Priest will become a babyface over time. Because if you're coming out there trying to say, I don't need no help, and you're in a group that keep jumping to your matches, eventually he's going to have to snap on these guys.
Well, I would say this, though. It's funny that you say that because he said he didn't need help. He didn't want help. He needed the help. The match was a good match. It was a great back and forth match. To your point of what we were saying earlier about the crowd, it's not so much what they wanted to get themselves over. I don't want to say that, but they were excited. They were doing their chants. They were doing their thing. You said it sounded like a soccer match. It was a soccer environment match. And if you've ever been, which I don't know how many people have been to a soccer game or soccer match, it doesn't even have to be international. If you went to a goddamn Orlando Pride, whatever that team is, so where the LA Galaxy, wherever you went to,
but especially internationally,
for sure.
If you watch it on television, even it's chanting nonstop. And one thing about culture, which is crazy, is like every culture has different like things, and that only they know. So when they start chanting certain things, we don't get it, but I respect it because they get it, and they're having a blast. If you come into the ring, if you come out there and you're drinking and you want to have your boy out there and you're chanting and you want this team to win, and they score a goal, you guys go into a whole frenzy. The goals to me were when they captured the audience, like whenever they got to the point where it's like, once I get you off your pivot of what you want to do, I'm control. And that was the master class of Jay and Damon. Again, that match was, to your point, it was even. It was like Damon had to tap into something that was a little bit more aggressive, like the show again, standing on his own. Yeah. Jay had a sequence with a super kick, dropped him down, went for the splash, and JD McDonough had to come put the leg on the rope, like a classic. I'm gonna help my guy out spot. But if they respected your word, you would have been a 1-month champion, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that plays into the storyline of that's true. When Damien steps out on his own, like, yo, I told you I didn't need no help. And them niggas gonna look at you like, bitch, what? You wouldn't be champion, bro. And you didn't get our help. And that's what I wanted. That's gonna be a real separation. Or he gonna have to stay in the group, or niggas just gonna turn their back on him like they did Edge. I think that's where it should go. I think Finn should turn his back on him. I think Finn should still be a heel. Oh, Finn absolutely still gonna be a heel. Finn should be Finn needs to be a number one contender. He does. But he wasn't the one who even came out to help. It was JD McDonough. So he came out too. Finn? I didn't see him. Finn, at the end he came out. Both of them came out to help. And at the end of the match, Damien was so fucking mad at him. He's, you stand here. You stand here. And they posed, and they both looked at this nigga like, oh, okay, my bad. You telling me, like, nigga, you ain't ready for the championship because I took a spear outside. I took a super kick here. It distracted him. And then that's what happened. Finn took Jay had to take out both the guys outside the ring. Okay. He took out JD. He came in, he speared fucking Finn. He got on the top rope, and then that's when my man hit the super choke slam joint off the joint, and that's what ended the match. You know what I mean? But even in the cover, my man is just like, oh my god, let me just get a pinky on it. Like, you was done. Like, he got pushed to the brink. So it was a good match. It was a good match. It was a good match. The same thing because all the fucking drama going on. Yeah, we was listening to it like we was just like,
We was trying to do our own thing and just got complete. We was calling up Wayno and shit too. Like, yo,
Yeah, she was crazy. Yeah, man, she's gonna be interesting to see how things develop over there. Obviously, they're all the same brand still, so we'll see if things are if there's anything going on board with that. We gotta shout out Bianca and Jay Cargill real quick.
oh my goodness.
Oh my god,
It looks so good.
I said we say it every week
We did.
because it feels like the first time we're seeing them every single week. They have a way, an aura about them, call it whatever you want. But
But this was the first for us though. It's the first we've seen them
as a tag team,
as a tag team in a tag team title match, working cohesively together, and the first time we saw both of them with gold. So every time we do see them,
something like that.
So we get all at them every time.
I always say on SmackDown, like Jay, when she comes out, there's a presence about her. Bianca, we all know what she's been doing over the past couple of years. But Jay, man, she's made for this, yo. She is just like Bianca was when we said in NXT. She's exactly the same. Where you see, oh, that's a star immediately. And I was like, when she gets gold, it's gonna look fantastic on her entrance. It's gonna look fantastic on her. She's like a person who is, I don't know, like there's certain people that are just made. Like, you see them, oh, you should be a WWE wrestler. Like I think the same thing about Brock Lesnar, Jay Cargill's in that class, Braun Breaker to a lesser extent. It's just like he's.
Nah, I think he up there. I mean,
okay.
If let's just say, he that boy. I want to see more of Braun.
Yeah,
you know
Braun Breaker seems like he's just made for this shit.
See, once he come out, dude. Yeah, I'm sold, brother.
Yeah. So yeah. So it's cool to see the match. The match was fantastic. They worked fantastic together. A lot of double team moves that using their power. They did some spots where they used their power to mix in sync. And when I say the tag division needs more star potential and more star power, this is what I meant. Not to anything against the two Wookiee Warriors because they held it down and they had really good matches and they held it down for a while. They were a real tag team. I like the Wookiee Warriors being a tag team. I think they should stay as a tag team moving forward.
Absolutely.
And see how things go and they try to get their titles back. Keep them in the tag division. I love Asuka. She came out with some demon makeup that stood out. No, I mean she does it every week, but this time she looked completely different. Like she looked like she put some shit on. She looked like she was fucking Carnage from fucking Spider-Man and some shit. But everything about it fell together, and I think right now what Bianca, the space that she's in her career, and so at such a young age, is she's a veteran, and she's going to make this tag division way more well-rounded and help get everybody over, including Jade, which is she's already over, but including other women in the tag division, like she mentioned in the press conference. There's Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. There's Paige. Chelsea and not Paige. Chelsea and
Piper Rivers.
So you got Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. So there's potential feuds there, and they're still making it where it's cross brand, where the tag division can go on Raw and NXT. There's other opportunities there as well. So I'm all for them as champion, and I think they're going to get more television time, the tag titles now that we have it on Bianca. And not that the Damage Control didn't, because they did, but they weren't on the mic much because Kabuki Warriors had Dakota Kai as the mouthpiece, and we're all focused on the Bayley thing. They were more background to the Bayley going after the EOS championship. So now that Damage Control is Alpha SmackDown, they're going to go to Raw. We can still double back on this in the future one day, but we'll see how the things go with Damage Control on Raw. And Bianca finally gets them off her shoulder, which is great, which she needed Jay to do. So, yeah, man, it's going to be ill to see how this plays out with Jade and Bianca. I think we all know where we kind of see things going if you go by wrestling history, but maybe it doesn't go that way. But
maybe they're the New Day, bro.
I don't want to see that New Day.
No, I'm saying like they never break up.
I don't want to see that shit. I'm sorry. Listen, man.
You're not finna trap me. I want to see the black women stay together.
Okay.
Forever.
No.
Take that shit to kick, bro. Take that shit to kick, brother.
I want the smoke. I want to see them fight.
No.
Not anytime soon. Let's be real. This is like a WrestleMania build. Like I think it's just money there. I just think there's money to be made.
Nah, them niggas need to go on the Beyonce tour, nigga. Fuck that, bro. I need them to be the biggest.
How do you miss
ever
out on a Bianca, especially after, if they do a freaking rockers breakup where one of them just snaps, they're about to, we're having some troubles in our friendship. All right, we're back together. We're cool.
But that what made New Day so. That's what makes them so endearing. They can still go and try to do their own single endeavors, but to have them break up like the Mega Powers.
I want real beef because it makes it so much better that right now they put it on the front like, oh yeah, it's for her, it's for her, it's for me, and all that shit is great. And I love it in reality, but in wrestling world, this is all about making the moment and all that stuff bleeding up to like, yeah, we're never gonna turn each other, and then boom, the turn happens. Break his fucking heart. I want you to break his heart.
No, this is what so to loop back into the Kendrick and Drake situation. I don't want to feel heartbroken. Okay. I just came across some things and retweeted on my Twitter. And
when opportunity there is lost, I find myself when I fall short. Listen, we're gonna find ourselves in this shit.
I think when you turn, and this is what I was trying to say with it, when you turn art and it imitates life.
Oh, no, I'm not worried about that.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Because I think they really are like both.
I think they both are good. They can make money together. They can have a really good feud.
I think that what they say on the microphone of the press conference, they really mean it.
Which is why I want them to stay. Because when we thought Biggie was going to turn on Kofi, we knew it could have made money, but we glad Biggie got it the way he got it. He didn't get it on Kofi. He didn't get it on Kofi.
It's not going to make more money.
No, bro.
Nah,
stop. I ain't finna
know. People been talking.
Nah, if New Day would have broke up, nigga, what?
It would have been great. It would have been fantastic, but it's not more money than Bianca and Jay. It's not bigger than Bianca and Jay. I'm sorry, Biggie, Kofi, I love you guys. But Bianca and Jay are like two.
But how long it gotta be for it? Because it can be a tag. They can have a few, but for you to say a generational Rhea Ripley Bianca type of situation, that's what we're missing in Bianca and Rhea. We talking about a long stint like Cena Orton, right? That's what we talking about. Bianca and Jay, Cena Orton, like Cena Edge. That's who we're talking about because we already compare Bianca to Cena.
Here's the thing. I like the fact that we have two black women who are so talented and so beautiful and so made for this thing that we can have the argument that, yeah, there can be a Cena or there can be a Cena Batista and hold down two rosters as the top dog. But to be a Cena or a Cena, somebody has to be the heel. Somebody has to separate themselves from being buddy-buddy. Somebody has to be the dastardly heel, and one of them has it in them. I know one of them has it in them to be the biggest heel in the business, if not the baddest
bitch in the game.
Which one is it?
I think it's Jay. Jay has the ability to be. She's a natural born heel.
I think she has it in her too.
I think
but we were all talking about Bianca's turn too, so I wouldn't put it past her. I wouldn't put it past her either.
But this is my thing, though. My point would be this.
And I know we were talking about a breakup when they had a great match and they just got the title. So I'm not trying to put dissension in there.
I tried to cut it out, but we here. I tried to. Listen, I tell my wife the same thing. I ain't trying to argue.
But this is wrestling.
Somehow.
Listen, this is wrestling. This is money. This is kayfabe. I'm talking about K. I'm not talking about splitting up. Because I think what they did, I don't know who said they should be tag champions. And initially,
we'll give them credit.
I said that initially, they should be tag champions. I said that months ago when Jake came around. I said before WrestleMania even. So I like that we're showing unity within black women on the main roster, including Naomi and what she's been doing. Fantastic. And the unity of them has been fire. I love seeing them come out together. I love seeing them in the ring together. It's amazing. And I want that to last. But I'm talking about long-term booking. Okay. Long-term booking, I'm cool. But like I mentioned, in the meantime, we got Shayna and Zoe Stark, who I think will be great competitors to them. because they're tough women, and they're like, all right, let's go.
I think that'd be nice too. I think I like how Jade was tested too. So Jade taking bumps, and not like she has it, but like, you know, we everybody asked how would Jade go with goers, right? Kyrie's a goer.
Yo,
Asuka's a goer. Not, and no disrespect, Ty is a go over there, and Athena's a go over there, ain't that right? So I'm not. But we talking about like lengthy.
But I think the difference is the time she spent in this PC.
Yeah,
and like they put her in red. They redshirted her for like a couple months. They said, "Oh, you big press campaign. You got signed to WWE. All right, sign the bench.
Yeah,
redshirt.
I feel you on that.
We're gonna redshirt you for a little bit. I feel you, and then we're gonna get you.
Listen, Cam Newton was redshirted behind Tim Tebow. You feel me? And he went there thinking he was gonna come off the bat. You gonna have plays for me and everything. And it was like, you know,
let's wait on that for a little bit.
And this nigga ended up had to go down to JUCO. You feel me? She went down to NXT, PC, came back up, and now she at the top of the top right now.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like if she in the conversation with Bianca and Becky, she with Nick Saban. And Steve Spurrier and shit, like, you feel me?
Like, crazy right now. And if you look at NXT even, there's a lot of talent there too. And oh my god, it's just crazy, right? So shout out to the women in WWE. You guys are doing great. Speaking of the women, Naomi,
the best match
Tiffany
of the card.
Stratton, Becky, Bailey. It was the best match on the card, yo. Talk about working and getting the crowd and working with the crowd, and it was amazing, bro. A lot of the spots they did, that cartwheel shit that Naomi did with Tiffany and the Alabama Slam onto the table, a lot of the freaking false finishes and all that shit.
The 1D,
and it came out of nowhere. Naomi and Bailey hit on Tiffany.
Tiffany trying to go for the prettiest moonsault. Shout out to Tiffany being she no ball and a student of the game. Mm-hmm. She named her moonsault for Christopher Dane.
Yeah,
best moonsault ever.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting, yo.
You feel me? I
want to know the story of how she named it because I don't know if she just knew. I want somebody like Gregory Helms was like, hey.
I think it's the BME. It was the best moonsault ever. It's the prettiest moonsault ever. So I mean, the play on the acronym, and now her name. She said her name could have been like Veronica or some shit. I don't think I would have fucked with Veronica or whatever that. I don't think Veronica had a chance with me. Tiffany, but I'm sorry, there have been Veronicas, and Tiffany. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, I like Tiffany though. Tiffany fits because the whole like Chrissy
Veronica works for like what's the new joint that just got to Raw?
Oh yeah, like a business type of.
That's the Kiana. Veronica James?
Yeah.
That fits.
Yeah.
That with a briefcase?
Yeah. Tiffany is like this, spoiled brat, type energy.
For sure.
Veronica is stuck up type energy.
For sure. And those are two different types. Yeah. And you have to have one. Yeah. And have the other. Yeah. Those are two different energies.
It's subtle differences in both. But man, Tiffany's doing her thing. She's clearly over too. Like, it's just crazy right now. Like, I think obviously when Charlotte comes back, there's going to be a spotlight on her. But to say that the Charlottes, the Beckys don't have like to fight for their spot is a falsity. Like, and I think especially Charlotte, she's had so much setback with her injury that stepping into a roster like SmackDown. Because she hasn't been drafted yet, right? So she might be Raw or SmackDown.
Nah, Charlotte. I think Charlotte stepping in immediately. She enhances anything.
She does, but Charlotte, the competition of like you have to be on your game. And Charlotte's always on it. So I'm gonna be real. Charlotte's always on it. I see her already working out that ACL. It's crazy how fast she's trying to get back.
Bro, Charlotte wants Tiffany so bad. So I'm saying,
yeah.
What you mean my spot took it? What? No, that was supposed to be me, Bailey, Naomi, and friends. The fuck you mean that's Tiffany?
Oh, yeah.
That you not hear like that's no disrespect to Tiffany because it is Tiffany time. But when we talk about Au revoir, au français. You think Charlotte coming out there with the pompous circumstance?
Woo,
Bro,
oh my god,
bro,
would have been
that joint. And yeah, she won her spot.
My thing is, but we know how it is with Charlotte. People have gotten tired of it and always getting forced into the spot. And that's the thing about it. And I don't, if she gets forced down our throat again, and as a baby, no less, oh god, it could be ugly on this rise because Tiffany's gonna get over as a baby against your baby ass. So it's just real. As a heel, Tiffany as a heel will be the baby as you being a baby. She'll be the heel and the baby at the same time. If Charlotte goes against her right now, I'm just saying.
Going baby at the same time. All right, so let's get to the main event. Cody and AJ Styles was a good main event. Same thing with the crowd we talked about. Crowd was doing their thing. Yeah. But Cody and AJ was able to kind of get through. It was a real physical match. AJ looks yoked, by the way.
Shout out to AJ, man. Put that work in.
He looked like a dog. Yeah, he looked
Georgia Bulldog.
He looked like the guy been smacked in the face and said, "I want that pit." Like, you feel me? He looked just like that nigga. So they had a good match. Of course, Cody won. I think the most interesting thing outside of that match is that he said in the press conference he didn't mind doubling it back with AJ, which got me to thinking. He also mentioned LA Knight. LA Knight lost his spot for his friend show to a poke in the eye, whatever, to AJ Styles. But I think this was the best first match that Cody could have had. And in the presser, Cody alluded to, like, nah, I don't duck no smoke. So if somebody think that they got it louder than me, if somebody think that they can be champion and sell out the biggest gate ever and be
the biggest arena gate,
the biggest arena gate ever, if you think that you can take this title and do that, then I'm glad LA Knight's still on SmackDown.
Yeah, and we talked about that last week. And because we were like, oh, I don't want to put Cody and LA Knight on the same roster because they can't both be the champion. I wanted to see LA Knight rise to champion ranks.
Cody said, "Rise on me."
Pause.
Yo, hey, yo. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Don DeMarco.
We need to get those jobs, bro. You got to get those jobs done. But dead ass though, like, but before I get to the LA Knight stuff, the match, it was a masterclass on how to get the crowd's attention when they're going off and on their own tangent. Over time, like I said, I think it's a challenge, but it's also a pin. Once you get them on your side, it makes it easy for you. And they weren't, getting rowdy and getting themselves over and shit like that. It was ill, but AJ and Cody are professionals. They're veterans in this shit. So being out there, eventually they weren't reacting to the moves at first. Let's be real, and that's fine. So the presentation to me was like a sporting event. Like when you see them a soccer match, or you're hearing the crowd go crazy, seeing the ball kick midfield and everything like that. The crowds don't react to the action specifically until there is a penalty or when there's a goal kick, So that's the moment. So once they got hit those real shots in, those big moves, you start to see the pops like from the actual action. And I think tapping into that was like how they figured it out was a veteran move and a masterclass on how you work with that crowd because it was a different atmosphere. It's kind of like when, like I said, I mentioned before, when you go to Canada, they gotta create the tension a little bit differently if they're cheering for all the Canadian heels. They gotta change up how they write the show or how they present the matches a little bit. But when you're in Japan, they want that strong style, so they're gonna be real quiet when it beats in the East. I remember watching KO and Shinsuke. KO and Shinsuke. Yeah. It was like a strong style match, and I was like, "Yo, this is different," And then we had New Day. We had Brock and was it Brock and Kofi? Who beats in the East?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's more about the strong style.
No.
Brock and
Beast in it was
Cesaro. I don't know. Brock faced somebody.
It was Brock and the Wyatt family.
And Beast in the East, really? Bray?
What wasn't it?
Or so, I'm sorry, but I'll go back and double back on it. I'll bring it back to you next week. But basically, what I'm trying to say, the crowd was a lot quiet. Until there's a big move, then you'll get a golf clap. They're more like just sitting there watching it. Also, kind of like it's a sporting event, but they're not going raucous the entire time. Those European crowds love the energy. love the energy. But how you work there, and I think is different than you work in America. I think it's a completely different beast. And I think that watching the interaction between Cody and AJ, it was fantastic. Cody got the victory. He put over AJ in the press conference saying, listen, I don't mind running that back. AJ's a professional, and he's a veteran. He's like, I wasn't trying to say he's old. He's like, I would never say that because he's in a prime. But the whole thing about AJ getting older and aging, I think is where we should kind of, because he's still in he's phenomenal shape. So I think that thread should hold AJ through the next year of like his story personal is, can I still do it? Can I still be the man? By next WrestleMania, whoever his competition is trying to put him out and retire. But he has to prove the fact that he's not going to be able to be retired. And I like giving people threads throughout the year so they have a personal story so that whenever you put them in a feud, there is something to latch onto with their opponents. So going to now the LA Knight thing, I was a little bit disappointed that he wasn't going to Raw. I think LA Knight on Raw would be a great change of pace for him. I think him opening the show, saying welcome to Monday Night Raw, would be a huge moment for Raw and would have been a big change because he's only been on SmackDown. Really, he's had appearances on Raw, but he's been a SmackDown, vet at this point. I can't remember. Like you have people that are just SmackDown guys. LA Knight is now on SmackDown. I think he could be on Raw because I think seeing his elevation on Raw, there's more of an opportunity for him to win, go after the championship there with Damian Priest, who's a first-time champion, and I know Cody is as well. But Cody has so much more history in the business. I don't see LA Knight taking the title off anytime soon.
But that's the reason why, again, Damian's like, well, how the fuck are you just going to sacrifice me?
I'm not saying sacrifice anytime soon, though.
But
I'm saying that we can set this up for LA Knight and Damian Priest by Survivor Series.
But again, to my point of it is what Cody said. Don't fucking go over there. You want to challenge somebody for a championship? You didn't go after Seth. You went after Roman, did you not?
Mm-hmm.
So treat me the same way. Come after me and see if the years can overtake my woe, nigga. Because if you do take this title off me, that's what the fuck will have to carry us to France. Don't carry us to fucking Italy. To carry us to goddamn Australia, my nigga. That's what the job entails. It ain't a flash in the pan. AJ ain't no, like you said, if AJ would have won the championship, we know that motherfucker can go in the fucking tour of Japan. I ain't never heard of Eli Drake over there. He ain't been in Japan, nigga.
LA Knight will be. I think LA Knight will get over.
You ain't doing that with Damian. I'm gonna tell you, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think the spotlight is what Cody was saying. If you want the spotlight and it's the brightest, you come to what I just worked for. Because I said that this is the title. This got the main thing on the main thing. And LA Knight seems like he a main thing type of nigga. He ain't just a championship type of nigga. You 40 years old too. You've been a champion everywhere. Are you trying to be the main thing? If you're the main thing, then come over here.
And Cody, he shouted him out in the press conference, said, listen, like the whole machismo thing of who's the man, I kind of think there's something there. And that's
a great story, bro.
Intentional.
That's
super. He speaks to what you're saying. So I
could be watching the pod, bro.
So I'm willing to, to go for the ride and see where they go take us. But to wrap things up on Backlash, Triple H, man, what they're doing with these big events, selling out the biggest arena gate ever in history, 2 nights in a row in France, in the venue. We got people in the press conference saying, hey, can you bring us to Italy? Hey, can we go to a stadium? Like they're fiending for them to come back and setting things up where we're in this business. The business is booming. Where he's like, all right, we can't go everywhere, but we got Saudi next year. Next month, we got we're going to Toronto, so we're doing this international run. We'll be back in the U.S. We're going to we're going to Toronto for Money in the Bank.
I bet I do come here.
Gotta go to New York, get some fried rice. Brother. So, yo, they're going to Toronto. Clash the Castle. Then we going to Scotland.
He killed them. He killed them, bro. We can't get away from any punchline. Every song got a punchline, bro.
Multiple, man. It's gonna last too.
Man,
it's a moment, bro.
When a wrestler go to that motherfucker wrestling,
everything is wrestling, motherfucker. Listen, man. Somebody gotta put up a new whole king,
please.
At Toronto and Money Bank. But we also got Clash of the Castle. I think that will be somewhere in Scotland. And between in August, and then we got Clash in Berlin after that. So they're going to Germany right after SummerSlam. So SummerSlam will be in America. I'm not sure exactly where. Cleveland. Okay.
But you hear all these. You feel me? Like, so I'm saying, all these exotic bitches you gonna go to. Bro,
Cleveland. That's where SummerSlam will be. Hopefully y'all can be a good crowd because I need a good crowd for SummerSlam, bro. Like they're showing because these international crowds are gonna be lit. If they get to SummerSlam and y'all dead, oh boy, damn. I hope that's not the case. So we'll see what goes down there. But yes, Triple H has been amazing at promoting the business, booking the shows. He did it in NXT. He's doing it on the main roster. And we're in a fever pitch right now.
They asked the question. They asked what was the biggest thing you felt, or what was the biggest reaction, or everything. And he said that it was shaking in gorilla, right? And terminology, it was shaking in the tunnel in the arena where they do the show, right? The arena was shaking, the production side. And I'm pretty sure it was as palpable when he was wrestling in the 90s, because everything is compared to that time, right? And when we talk about a fever pitch, the fever pitch that everybody that hit that everybody's chasing is Stadium Stampede in Canada, right? With a car camera is going nuts, right? Like that is peak wrestling vibe. Or Georgia Dome where Goldberg beats Hulk Hogan, right? That's their peak, right? Everybody's searching that 90s feel. And
to feel it back there in Gorilla. Not like you gotta walk out to the crowd and get in the center of all the noise. Nah, it was so loud they couldn't hear themselves talk to each other
backstage
in Gorilla, in production on the production side of things. And that must have been energy right there, just like, yo, man, we're doing this motherfucker. Like we're really making shit happen.
But Triple H to do that on his third the nigga's Pat Riley. Like Triple H is the Pat Riley of wrestling. I did it as a player. I did it as a coach. I did it as an executive. I've won all three levels. I'm the Pat Riley of wrestling. Yeah, like to again, because everybody again, we talk about a championship rush, a championship fight. Now Bob Myers is on the other side of that, where he said that from the Warriors, it's a pressure that comes when you're expected to win, right? But Pat on the other side is like, nigga, it's either winning or misery. So the two sides of a GM was like, man, sometimes the shit can get to you, can weigh heavy on you. We were relieved when we won. We needed that. It's a necessity to win, right? We say he coach or whatever the case may be. Pat as the Knicks coach, right? Didn't win, but he brought a type of tenacity that is elongated throughout the culture of the franchise.
And the success just adds on, so it gives you more credibility in your players to trust you along the road.
Exactly.
And I don't like to always throw it in their in with it, but I think that they have a way where they can probably learn something from that. Like if you can harness your roster and get those wins, like to make, and I feel bad, but going back to Wembley, because that should have been a confident boost. But now we think about Wembley as some drama shit. And then you guys double down and say, hey, yeah, it was some drama shit. Let's show you. Like, I think that if you guys start leaning more on like your strengths, because that roster is also stacked.
And Ospreay is Osprey's not Triple H, right? But the elk of the mind of getting it back and moving it back to wrestling.
The Triple H to me is Brian Danielson. I think he has potential to be a Triple H or whatever. If Brian Danielson takes the reins after he retires and becomes a coach to these people, and then I don't know, down the line becomes an executive, that's the trajectory I hope they use with Brian Danielson, and maybe in Adam Copeland even can fill that role where player, coach.
Well, no,
you know,
but we talking about. I'm not even talking about. I'm sorry, I'm not even talking about coaching niggas. Triple H didn't coach as NXT, where he cultivated other Ring of Honor talent, not just young talent, PWG talent, Evolve talent.
Didn't give always to Brian Danielson. I'm just making a comparison.
But
what you can do to then replicate success in the future. You know what I mean? Like I think that Tony Khan is the Vince. Which if he stays on top of things, the booking is going to be it's going to have a cap on it. And we've seen what a wrestler can do with the way they book and how they see the vision because they've done it. You know, and I'm just talking.
No, I mean, but with that, it goes to what I was trying to think. Going back to what we always argue about CM Punk. Okay. I believe that when CM Punk came to AEW, he saw himself as Levesque. Right.
I don't know about that.
No, well, I mean, I would just.
I mean, maybe they saw that.
I'm sorry. Yes.
But I think it came from controversy more than anything.
But what I'm saying, even when we're talking about as the player, right? Punk coming back as a player and getting that rush, getting that rise. That is an older player getting that one last kind of. But usually, if you just can't get away from the game, you do end up coaching. You do end up being on the bench. You do end up being an executive, right? If you just can't get away from the game,
that's all you know. That's all you that's a life path. Like they call those people lifers. Like, all right, Shawn Michaels, a lifer. You know, he'll tell you what's up. Like, I'm not that smart. All I know is wrestling. I'm just a young boy from Texas that found something he loves and kept doing it. So like when you made this your lifestyle, how do you pivot completely when this is all you know and love? And yeah, I see guys like Adam Copeland as lifers. Brian Danielson, the same thing. Brian Danielson doesn't even watch TV. Like this guy, he lives and breathes wrestling. So there are guys in that company that can take it someplace. And if you got to allow it to be like, hey, let's go. And I don't think the Young Bucks are those guys. I'm sorry, I don't. I think they're too young, too short-sighted on things, and that's just my opinion. But,
well, so that's where I always feel like I'm an apologist or I fight back. Okay. Yes and no. Immaturity plays a factor in it, but the arrogance and the fact that I can't think long term, I will fall back on because who was selling Russian shirts at Hot Topic before that, right? We're not talking about I'm selling t-shirts at a venue where it's 10,000 people and I got my shit in malls across America.
I think that's great. I think that it's not speaking to what I'm speaking about, but no, I think that's more of like a business side of things.
So when I'm combining that also running the 10,000 seater independent show out of my own pocket, paying for niggas to come. That's not a short term thing where you had to.
I'm gonna be real with you, and I'm gonna be real. The Young Bucks could not do that by themselves. They could not do that without Cody or Kenny Omega. They could.
Well, I'm not saying that they are, but for you to say that they're inadequate, my nigga, like again, it's Matt. Cody said it. His first real conversation. Cody and Tony on the opposite ends. The Venn diagram said Matt was the nigga I talked to. So like I can't discredit that. I can't for me to say that they don't have. Now what I can say is that everybody plays a part in their own demise where you do. This goes back to the arrogance. I got myself this far doing it my way. That does play a part into a nigga fall. I can say that. It to me though, they have done a really good job surrounding themselves with real life people like Copeland, like Danielson, like Copeland, like Danielson, like fucking Adam Cole, who have been around the way, who've done it and been under the learning tree of who we talking about, right? Adam Cole is the Shawn Michael Triple H baby. If he's the sponge that everybody says he is, he can bring some of that, not just the creative as a wrestler thing, but how we used to do it at NXT when we were the most successful, when I was the most successful. I think that goes back with Copeland. When I was on top, this is what we did, we ran TV. Danielson, when I did the CWC, this is what we did because I was control. I do feel you on that part of it is also the want to from those guys to want to be in that place. I don't think Tony's in a position to where he's going to delegate. Those people have to be in a situation where they offer and Tony says, yes, you can have it. Yeah, that's the situation I think.
Well, we'll see how things move forward with their booking. We saw this week that Swerve came out, and he talked about, he got 3 matches within the first week of him winning the championship, and looking for a competitor for Double or Nothing. The Young Bucks came out. They were on the monitor. They took over the show. So they had an intro with the Young Bucks. It was like Tony Khan came on with the redneck brace, saying that I'm not gonna be there live, but they just kind of bitched out. Went to the Young Bucks. They're in Gorilla saying, or in the projection track saying, "Oh, sorry, we have trouble with our connection. We're in charge now." And Swerve did what I said last week. What I appreciate was you calling out, "Hey, we have EVPs that are trying to, serve themselves, trying to become a power control company." He at least addressed the elephant in the room that the balls got taken out, and I wanted the champions to not just be outside of the bubble of this angle that is kind of like the major thing that's being talked about. However, they did not book him with somebody with the Elite and what's going on. They booked him on a side angle with Christian Cage. So now it's going to be Christian Cage versus Swerve for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship at Double or Nothing. I think Christian's a great feud for him. I'm interested in seeing how it plays out, and I'm just gonna leave it at that because I don't want to downplay it at all. I think that this could be interesting. It just depends on how they go about it.
Well, I would say this was already interested if they addressed Nick Wayne and Swerve's situation. They have history, right? And Swerve went to that nigga house, bashed that nigga daddy picture in his face, left him bloody and everything. Now, so Mama Wayne, new thing, is defending his boo and his stepson. I think that shit built in.
Okay.
Swerve, you got a problem going to niggas' cribs, right? Just like Kendrick told that nigga, yo, you tell my family one more time, man, I'm going to tell niggas about you. Christian like, hey, man, hey, brother.
We haven't forgot.
This fine young lady right here, you fuck with the wrong one, And Christian got some backup. Swerve said he's gonna have some backup. We'll see who that is. So I'm very, like you said, let's see what that does. You know what I'm saying? I won't hold nothing against nobody right now. I do feel like Swerve, those 3 matches he had, nobody care. Slime you out. You feel me? I don't care about those matches. I don't even remember. Feel me? So let's see. Christian might be something memorable. So we'll leave it at that. What else happened on AEW? Shit, what happened? I did the breakdown, didn't I? Shit. Bro, I ain't gonna hold you.
I was gonna give you some time. I want to save you, but I don't.
What? You don't want to say?
I want you to figure it.
You want me to figure out what happened on AEW? Shit, man.
Listen, man. All right, listen. Kenny Omega. Let's talk about that.
Yes.
Then we'll go.
Thank you.
We'll go into one.
Thank you.
But Kenny Omega.
Thank you, bro.
Kenny Omega appeared.
Since Wednesday, this nigga dropped 3 tracks. I can't, bro. Since Wednesday, he dropped 3 tracks. Euphoria was actually it was Tuesday night. It was Tuesday.
We're breaking this shit down all week, though. We have no time for wrestling. Nah, but
Kenny comes out. He comes out. Yes, Kenny returns. He comes out. He says that I'm gonna die in this ring, which we all know. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like,
Which we all know.
like, yo, he
Like nigga Kenny, we know.
he going out no other way. You know what I'm saying? And we respect it. So Kenny came out, and was like, yes, it is true. I have a career and I have a career threatening injury. I actually have a life ending potential injury if it happens a certain way. Doctor told me to stay away, told me to chill out. But you know, me, I don't listen. So he says, if you think that I'm not going to allow myself to be involved in the running of AEW while I have while I have some percentage, and I am an EVP and I'm actively still on the board, got another thing coming. With that being said, you're right. I feel like I'm back in the rundown. Okay, all right. With that being said, Okada comes out with Jack Perry. Jack Perry hits him in the gut with the chair. That leaves him writhing in pain. The Young Bucks come out and be like, hey, same thing they did with Tony. So we knew he kicked the nigga out the elite. We know you ain't finna say the nigga. Like, come on, bro. So you come out, you hit him with the EVP trigger. FTR comes out to make the save, scatter niggas out the ring. They put Kenny on the gurney. You go outside to go to ambulance spot. They take out the FTR niggas, drop them, and then flip this nigga off the gurney. So real WWE shit, I like it. It got me. You know what I'm saying? And Kenny's in the joint, strapped to the gurney, like, like that. Now, what my biggest point, so I am regurgitating what I'm saying, just Kota Ibushi tweeted, he was like, it's my turn to save him now. And I'm like, a scorned golden lover? About to be smashed. I can't wait to see Kota Ibushi.
Hopefully he's in shape. So and he's not on a bicycle. That's all I care. Because we know how he can get busy. We saw what he can do in that CWC, and AEW has not seen. We have not seen that version of Kota yet. So we haven't seen an NJPW version of Kota yet in AEW. So hopefully we get that. I'm looking forward to that. If he can, somehow make it back healthy and everything like that.
Yes. So Willow, we love you, girl. We love you, girl. Me. I don't even speak in me. Because he already said he want other motherfuckers to break up and shit like that. I had an inkling that I don't want to see, but I think it's going to happen. Watch your back for Chris. Okay? So I'm trying to say, baby girl, I'm a short king. Shout out to Stokely. We got a certain type of influence sometimes. You dig what I'm saying? And we might be able to persuade, yes, thank you. Persuade a different type of thought analogy. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, let's be real. Stokely said he don't like Willow. She's like, I don't like you either.
For sure.
But they've already said it. They already said it. Like, we don't like each other. But hey, all right, we're cool. For sure. And slowly he's trying to interrupt with the promos. It's funny. I like it. So he said, they said Willow was one of the greatest TBS champions of all time.
And Chris, Chris is like, come on now.
There's only been like 4. And she's one of them. Let's be real, one of them with me. Let's be real, So there's tea leaves there, and I've been saying I see this being a good angle, with them too.
I do.
I with the Mercedes thing though, to me at Double or Nothing, I want Mercedes to take a loss. I like Willow as champion. I do. Mercedes, I think can do more elsewhere. I think we can. I don't know what if Mercedes wins, where do we go?
No, I think we get a no. I think we get a no finish. I think we get a no DQ. I'm not a no DQ. I think we get a no finish by DQ.
We even get a tournament draw. I mean, I don't know if because that's Mercedes, bro. Mercedes can go, and I want to see. Tournament
draw would be nice. Let's just do it. I like that. Let's do a tournament draw, and tournament draw would be all right. That'll be fine.
But at a big event, a draw kind of has like a somber feel to it. I think it was like if it was like a Dynamite.
It ain't like AEW. It never had like an explosive Dynamite match that they said and just said. So we can have a double. We can have a.
Yeah, we can see what. I mean, that's what I would like to see. But I want Willow to hold championship. At this point, let's keep it on her.
Yeah, I need Willow to hold the championship so her and Chris can have a feud. I think that's the best thing.
And you said Serena Deeb and Toni Storm.
Serena Deeb and Toni Storm. I'm excited about Serena Deeb. I'm happy that she is in this situation. I really thought that she would have been a great Ring of Honor champion. Shout out to Athena. I can't disparage anything. She's been champion over 538, something like that. So, but Serena Deeb being in a situation, she had a great match with Maria May. Where it was just a great match on a display of her. You know what I'm saying? Like she was very much in her bag, if you will. And Toni Storm looked legitimately afraid. So to have a challenger put fear in a champion, I like that dynamic and storytelling. Also, the secondary feud of Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo, I like that as well because Deonna went back to being a heel, which I appreciate. She needed to be. You can't be the virtuoso and be a babyface.
Yeah.
So I like that aspect as well. So AEW is picking up with their own division. I like fixing things up. We got anything else?
NXT. Trick Williams. Who's next? Who's next up for Trick Williams? Run down the list. Tony D'Angelo.
It's going to be somebody from the main roster, I feel. It's going to come down. It's going to be the Dolph Ziggler, Braun Breaker situation.
All right. Somebody needs to get drafted down there.
I don't think drafted. Maybe the DIY get drafted anywhere. I think they got drafted. Okay. I would have loved Tommaso come down there to test Trick. I would have loved because he's eluding gold up in, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like he just come home for a little bit and just kind of go just to test Trick for one and to give Tommaso an itch. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying?
The program with him and the girl, legend. It was pretty salacious. Pretty a lot of sexual tension between the two in the program. But we have to get some competition. And is Noam Dar the biggest heel on the roster?
If he is, we have a problem
for now. But I mean, that match could go. I mean, Noam Dar is a really good wrestler, and that's why he had the Heritage Cup to begin with. So as a match, as a quick match, I think it's cool. But I don't know off the top of my head who's the next challenger. Now, what I would have done, which they did something different, which I still like, because we also got the return of our guy Wesley against Obafemi to show again to challenge Obafemi, and legit, these are my two favorite wrestlers in NXT going up against one another. So the NXT North American Championship is synonymous with Wesley. Shout out to our guy. He's healthy. He's back. I'm happy to see him on air again. So him going after Oba makes perfect sense. But if he were to go after Trick, it would have been interesting as well. But this right here, Oba and Wesley, it's a David Goliath kind of story. Now, Oba is over in NXT, but he is still a fucking badass. And he hasn't cheated, but he ain't also saying I'm your friend to anybody. He's just saying, listen, I'm destined to be the champion. Mm-hmm. So that whole thing with Wesley, who has been one of the longest reigning North American champions, who's held that down for a year, strong last year. I think it's going to be an interesting program and hell of a match. And so it's going to be. I always said to Wes, I was like, yo, you can fight anybody. It doesn't matter the size. It's with the tenacity that he brings to the ring is what I love about his performances. And him against a giant like Obafemi, I think it's going to be it's just a style-based fight. So I think this style is going to be electric with those two. So shout out to our guy. I'm really happy to see y'all. So you guys.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my brother. I text your ass, brother. Take you back. I'm just playing. I know you. I know you're busy, man. I know you're working. It's great to see you back working. Legit. I know that was your first major injury. I think you had in your career. So you know, I know you and Erica, you know, were just leaning on each other and getting you back right. So I'm glad that you back because to see you happy, she's happy, you happy. It just makes so I'm glad that everything is love over here, bro. So happy that you back. On a personal tip, I'm happy that you back. You can do what you love to do, move the way you can move. You feel me? Like I know restriction ain't really a thing, you know what I'm saying? But love to see you back, man. It's great to see you back. Um, one more thing we got here. Ava said that there will be a women's North American Championship that will happen. And it will happen the same way that the men's North American Championship took place, which will be in the ladder match. Ooh. And yeah.
That shit was fire. And we were talking about the women's division of NXT and how we need some people to step up and rise up. This is an opportunity to show what we got. You know, we have some people call up to Kiana James. We got Red Davenport who got called up to SmackDown. Now there's spots and room for some of these women to develop. If you put a Lola Vice in the ring with a Jada Parker, with Fallon Henley, there's a lot of people that deserve that opportunity, including. There's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna name everybody. Thea helped a bunch of her. She, and then you maybe throw an Italian in there for veteran presence. I think it could be fucking ill.
Yeah, you need somebody to lead that ladder. Somebody gotta let them young girls not just kill themselves. They gonna kill them. They gonna kill themselves, bro.
Yeah, I'm tuning in for that for sure. 100%. For sure,
absolutely. And we might get a Ricochet situation where we get a woman that
Julia. What? Yeah. Oh. Julia's gonna go crazy if he put her in this ladder match. What? That'll be crazy. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Julia. I think
this will be my first time seeing an extensive amount of her work. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really been versed upon her, so it's gonna be my first time really checking her out. You know what I'm saying? So we got anything else for wrestling?
Business and logic. There's anything? We already mentioned the Pat Riley situation. I know we got to talk about WrestleMania.
Oh, that's business logic. Yeah, business logic. WrestleMania is in Vegas. April 19th, April 20th. You know we're gonna be out April 20th. Oh shit. And you know it. Look at him. And you know it. So shit, business logic right there. See you in Vegas, baby.
Listen, man. It's gonna be lit, man. It's gonna be lit. I think we're waiting for obviously tickets to drop, so we're gonna save up our bread, get down there. Vegas is I don't know the venue, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be obviously
the it's gonna be at the stadium, Allegiant Stadium.
Allegiant Stadium. Okay, but yeah, right here's energy, Black Air Force.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nigga, they still gonna be bumping that shit, cuz.
They not like us. Hey, they not like
us.
They not like us, bro.
Oh god.
Yeah. So yeah, man, shout out to them. It's gonna be epic. That's all I gotta say. Happy we got the rumors of the moving back to May. I was like, that's way too far. But April 10th, 19th, 20th is pushing it back a little bit. It's just a couple weeks. Not crazy. More time for the build. So
thank you, because listen, a lot of niggas risk mortgage and rent coming out during the first week of a month. Nigga.
By that time, hopefully we get our fucking tax returns and be ready to go.
You know what I mean? All them kids. Think about to get ready for fucking
graduation, bro. Yo, salute to my guy, man. We gotta take a shot or something, man. He put a lot of work in while doing the podcast, while raising his kids. Yo, he's graduating today. This is a big moment. So y'all, if y'all listening in the chat, congratulations, shout out to the Joint World Total shout out to Chris for accomplishing something massive. You know, I know he likes to downplay it, but it's a huge big. It's a big deal.
Well, downplay like a motherfucker.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, so we bought this fucking. My wife, my mom's in there right now. She got both the boys. Probably gonna need a nigga help to get them dressed and shit. Got a little drive out to the ceremony and whatnot. But we had to make sure we came and did the pie. He was here live, so we had to do the pie live. Wrestling was wrestling, but we spent most of our time talking about Kendrick and Drake and shit. You feel me?
Man.
So I gotta get some earphones because ain't no way my mom gonna be listening to They Not Like Us in the car, but ain't no way I'm not gonna listen to it in the car. You know what I'm saying? So, man,
it's been a good week. It's gonna be even better. Lead up to the next shows going forward. Congratulations to my guy here, man. It's all about evolution ain't a mystery. It's hard work, and he put that hard work in. And we always preach hard work here. We're still here doing our pod. And honestly, game is crazy right now. But you guys got to go out there, have fun, play Not Like Us, and have a great weekend, man. We'll be back next week.
family matters, but not like us.
Not like
Not
not
like
like
us.
this, bro. Yeah,
Trey will lie into it. Cheaty bang.
everything is wrestling. All is love. We out of this.
Peace.